Jalen Brunson back on the no-go list after re-injuring his foot against the Kings. New York Knicks still on the West Coast, this time in LA to take on the Clippers. We kicked this highlight off with a lot of Kawhi. Why, you ask? Because he's great. Clippers up 10 early. Here comes the Knickerbockers, though. Baseline we go. The ball will end up in the hands of Emmanuel Quickly, who had 26 points and 10 boards. Check out this pretty much half-court lob from Josh Hart, finding Obi Toppin, who puts it in. Knickerbockers making a ball game out of this one. Paul George, crossover, finish is disgusting. Paul George, mid-range jump shots is just as nasty. Randall's gonna knock in a three, and how about it? Clippers pretty much control the first half, but trail as we go into the locker room. Third quarter, how did Kawhi get that one to go in? And then check out this nasty crossover. Kawhi looking pretty sprouts. Yo, Kawhi's got those long arms, so his dunks don't look as impressive as they really are. But check out the claw. Go get it and throw it down. Leonard had a 19-point third quarter. Paul George had 22, 8, and 8 to help the Clippers cause. Down the stretch, it's more Leonard. Was about to dunk it, changed his mind midair. The finish counts the same. Leonard had 38 points. Clippers owner Steve Ballmer loving what he sees. New York Knicks super fan Spike Lee, not as much. Come on now, Spike. You got to admit Kawhi's got game. Don't be that way. Clippers win 106-95. One of the things that I'm working on in my life, literally in real time, is, not underappreciating people, not devaluing myself. I feel like I'm venting to you guys, but I also want myself to know I'm proud of me. I'm proud of the things I've done. I'm 29, right? If I would have told 18-year-old, 19-year-old self, yo, bro, at 29, the problems you got right now, your parents still alive, the problems you got right now, 19-year-old would have killed to have those type of problems. So whatever you got going on, you'll figure it out. You'll be fine. I have to remind myself that. It's a tough balance for me with figuring out how to show that I have the ultimate confidence in myself and what I bring to the table, but also still remaining humble. That's a real big one for me. And I bring that up in regards to Kawhi Leonard, right? I was listening to an interview the other day, and a guy was like, if you believe in your product, you need to make sure you're on the front lines promoting that product more than anybody. And I think oftentimes, even myself, I'll just be honest with y'all, I put so much content out night in, night out. I do news. So, I don't blog, right? Like, a lot of people on YouTube, they blog. A lot of people only post one video a week. Some people only post one video a month. When you get to, Mr. Beast level, all you got to do is give him one a month, really, to be good. For me, because it's news, I got to go. I'm a one-man band, so I got to go. And the problem with that sometimes is I don't take the time to, really promote my product because it's just move on to the next. Oftentimes, I feel like I missed the boat. I be giving it up. If you're a subscriber to this platform, look, sometimes the videos are great. I'm sure sometimes you don't think the videos are great. Sometimes I give it up, though. Some of my videos are good. I put a lot of work in these videos. The way that news works, though, especially with the NBA, night in, night out, you don't have time to sit and sit in what you just did, which kind of sucks because you put your time, I'm up at 5, 6 in the morning, still editing, 7, 8 in the morning. It sucks, right? It does suck. No complaints. But it's the reality. Now, to get it back to Kawhi Leonard, the guy I was listening to in his interview was like, yo, if you got a good product, you got to promote it harder than anybody. I bring that up to say Kawhi Leonard is great at basketball. And sometimes I feel like as fans, we can forget that. Kawhi Leonard has had a phenomenal career. If it ended today, a 2-time champion, finals MVP 2 times over. But the reality is he doesn't talk. The reality is we don't hear much about him. We don't know much about him. Really, he is a guy that really all we know is he's a great basketball player with a really weird laugh. We know something really, really bad happened to his dad that ended up, costing Kawhi, his father. He lost his life. We've heard rumblings of him being cheap. We don't really know much more about him. We know he's got this uncle that's very much a part of his life. We know he loves the Braves, been rocking the Braves since he got in the league out of San Diego State. But we really don't know a lot about this guy. Does he owe us his life? No. But I do believe if I was as great in my career as Kawhi Leonard is at basketball, I think I would promote myself more. I think I would talk more about how great I am. And I think because Kawhi Leonard didn't talk a good game, y'all see how I brought that thing full circle? I know it was a little all over the place at first. I got it together. Kawhi Leonard, I just don't think he wants to talk about his greatness. And maybe that's just the humbling him. But I think sometimes when you don't talk about your greatness, like me in my videos, oftentimes people start to, look over you. And as fans, because Kawhi Leonard misses a good amount of games, because he plays for the Clippers and not the Lakers or another bigger market team. I know Los Angeles is big, but relatively speaking, the Clippers are not the team you want to be if you're in LA. I think we oftentimes look over his greatness when he's right. And I don't want to do that. This is a really great basketball player. Like, look, I'm 29. I don't know how many better talents I'll see in my lifetime than Kawhi Leonard. I mean, if you go, everybody always compared Kobe to Michael Jordan. And yes, Kobe and Mike's fadeaways definitely looked very much alike. There's videos on YouTube where you can pull up some highlights where Kobe you could tell he definitely was very much influenced by Mike. But the guy that you really want to look at naturally, I'm talking about if you just watch a full game of Michael Jordan and a full game of Kawhi Leonard, that's who really looks like Mike. Again, if you put some highlights together, yes, Kobe looks like Michael Jordan. But I'm talking about the guy that naturally has that Michael Jordan dribble, the little joint. I can't explain it, but it's a little joint. Like, now, Kawhi don't got the swagger Mike had. But the one that actually looks like Michael Jordan, eyes closed, if you just opened your eyes and it was like, who is this guy? He looks like Mike. He looks like Michael Jordan. I don't want to take that brother's talents for granted. I don't want him to do that to himself. So I try my best on a random Saturday night to show love to Kawhi Leonard because he truly is a phenomenal player when right. And I really do think it's crazy that we've had Kawhi Leonard in his prime, and I think because of his injuries, because of his teams that he's played for, because he doesn't talk a lot, we don't appreciate his greatness enough. He is a fantastic player, and when right, he is very difficult to deal with on both ends of the court.